Hello, everyone, and welcome to another great episode of The Gridiron Glory here, hosted by Will and Tad. Today, we're focusing on a Week 6 recap featuring the Houston Texans and their victory on the road against the New England Patriots, 41-21. They were led by the return of Joe Mixon, their new running back, who had 13 carries for 102 yards and a touchdown, including a 59-yard rush that just showcased that his explosiveness is back and that he's ready to help lead the Texans to what they hope is a very successful season, a division championship, and potentially a playoff run. So that was off to a good start. They also got Damon Pierce involved in the run game as well. 8 rushes, 76 yards, a touchdown, and a 54-yard run. So that's multiple running backs that had 50-plus yard runs. So a very big day for the Houston run game. Looking at CJ Stroud, he was effective. Not the flashiest numbers in terms of yards, only 192, but he was 20 of 31, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, only sacked twice. So a fairly solid performance, more than enough to get the job done here. The 3 touchdowns, 1 to Stephon Diggs, who had 6 catches for 77 yards. Tank Dell also had a touchdown, 7 catches, 57 yards. And Joe Mixon added a second touchdown in the pass game as well. So spreading the ball out very well there, doing what they can to be productive, to execute very well on offense. The 41 points, a big day for the offense, moved the ball very well. They scored quite often, only the 1 turnover. So not too bad of a day for the Texans offense. And looking at the Patriots, very exciting there with Drake May making his debut. And Will, I'd like to ask, what's your take on Drake May and the start of his career?
Yeah, so we look at a guy like Drake May, the guy out of North Carolina, and obviously not he's got the worst offensive line in the league. I mean, can we start with that? Like, before we really get into Drake May, can we just talk about how horrible this Patriots offensive line is? And where would you rank this Patriots offensive line amongst the horrible offensive lines in the league?
I mean, yeah, they're up there. It's them. It's Carolina. Tennessee deserves a mention, I'd say. Those are the first
so
things
that's the
that come
first.
to my mind. The New York Giants as well. They probably deserve a mention, especially with the injury there.
So that's the first thing, is the terrible offensive line for the New England Patriots. I would probably, I kind of, harped on the New York Jets all season long last year. It's kind of the same thing. Like, the Patriots are certainly in the 4 to 5 worst offensive lines in the league. That being said, Drake May still goes out there, completes 20 passes for 33, 243 yards. I mean, averaging 7.4 yards per throw. So, I mean, even though he had no help from his offensive line, he still found a way to throw for 3 touchdowns. I mean, this game is not on Drake May. I mean, Drake May, the rookie, he goes out there, he does the best he can. I mean, and yeah, the 2 interceptions, but that's probably safe to say that those 2 interceptions were probably thrown. I mean, realistically, watching this game all game long, he had little to no time to throw. I mean, to even scramble, like this offensive line is just that bad. So, but nonetheless, Drake May still throws for 3 touchdowns. So, kudos to him. But yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, CJ Stroud just went. I mean, he got back to being CJ Stroud. This was really just a game of, I mean, an AFC playoff team versus an AFC team that's for sure rebuilding. And quite frankly, that was the exact case that got displayed in this game in Foxborough, Massachusetts. And yeah, I'm big on Drake May just because it's like, I mean, he's a guy that came out of North Carolina, didn't have certainly like, I mean, he kind of got some of the hype coming out of college, but obviously he started on this season on the bench behind Jacoby Brissett, and now he's getting his chance. So not a super flashy. Um, First of all, Tad, where would you rank Drake May amongst the rookie quarterbacks? Just overall amongst rookie quarterbacks this season.
Like based on the one game that he's played, or like based on how I think it's gonna go moving
Like
forward.
based on like draft stock overall, like career potential, career like would you like
Okay,
would
yeah.
you like would you
Okay,
say
yeah.
that he still has the kind of career potential that say like a Bo Nix does or
Oh yeah.
is Drake May, I mean, is Drake May even comparable to say a Bo Nix?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think when I look at Drake May, I see a lot of potential. I mean, obviously you have the two quarterbacks, Caleb and Jaden Daniels, doing what they're doing, displaying a very high level of football very early in their career. Drake May hasn't had a chance to do that as much yet, and we're gonna see if he can get to that level. But I think there's a lot of potential. There's a lot of good quarterbacks in this class. Obviously, like I said, you have Caleb Williams, you have Jaden Daniels. I think Drake May is going to be up there. I think when JJ McCarthy gets healthy, he's going to be up there as well. He's not going to play this year, obviously. Bo Nix is having some moments that are good and some moments where he's growing. And you also have Michael Penix Jr., who's the backup in Atlanta. I think he has potential. So there's a lot of quarterbacks that have potential, and I think Drake May has a very high level of potential, and I think he could be a top 3 quarterback in the draft class.
That's my man Tad right there, guys. That is Tad Dorsey. I mean, just on point with knowing what is up. Like, I'm so honored and proud to have an amazing co-host like Tad Dorsey here on the Gridiron Glory. So, um, yeah, it's good. It's always good to work with you, man. So, yeah, like I said, we're kind of looking at it. Yeah, you got, like the New England, like, some of the receivers, like you got 3 different touchdowns, Demario Douglas, Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry. I mean, the defense, I mean, really didn't keep them in the game all that much. I don't know if you talked too much about the Texans defense, but,
I
of
did
course,
not.
but of course, a really good effort from Will Anderson Jr. So, um,
Absolutely. 4 tackles for loss, 3 sacks. What a game.
yeah, Dalen Petre, so Derek Stingley Jr., so yeah, Calvin Bullock even. So this Texans deep, it's not. I mean, this is a very okay. Look, it's also a very well coached team. With playoff experience, and yeah. So Texans win this one, 41-21. Be sure to like, subscribe. Or wait, did you have any final thoughts or takes on this game, Tad?
Yeah, not really a lot. I think that we've touched on everything. Yeah, a big win for the Texans. They'll be playing at Green Bay next week, and for the Patriots, fall to 1-5, obviously still rebuilding, and they'll be in overseas playing the Jaguars. So yeah, thanks for following along. Please like and subscribe and enjoy our NFL content throughout this season. Thanks for watching.